Okay. All right, everyone, welcome. Welcome to our full moon transmission, our full blue moon in Sagittarius. This is a really good one because even prior to like setting a theme, which I don't typically do, or even prior to understanding and knowing that it was the moon in Sagittarius, I had already set the theme because this is what I had been working with. And then, of course, as spirit does in alignment, it fits the moon perfectly. So, welcome everyone to who are here live and those who are watching us or listening to us energetically. For those that are new to me or new to this work, I am Leilani. I am a spiritual teacher, an energy healer. I work with the Akashic Records and the divine healing modality and light language. And so it's always um, beautifully layered and incredibly beautiful. And so, welcome to those that are new and welcome to those that are returning. As you kind of settle into this space, I just want to share with you that my intention for this transmission is, and as always, whenever we work with the moon, to utilize the power of this moon, to utilize the power of her illuminating essence and the energy of her and the moon, the Sagittarius blue moon that she is in currently, right? This moon is a moon of truth. It's a moon of freedom. It's a moon of expansion. It illuminates higher wisdom, and the moon's energy is here to help assist us with whatever cycle we're going through that aligns with her power, her energy, her essence. And right now, um, it is the full moon, and the full moon serves to help us release, to clear, to transmute, right? The new moon is different. The new moon brings in new energy. The new moon allows us to manifest, create intentions, really get energy moving in a new way. But the full moon is about completion. It's about release. It's about really closing this cycle, right? And so, with that, I invite you to close your eyes and just begin to drop into your being, grounding into yourself, and also just feeling the energy of the earth supporting you. As above, so below. Feel the gravitational pull of the earth. And just take a nice, soft, easy breath in through the nose. And a slow, long exhale out through the mouth. Two more times. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. One more soft, easy breath in through the nose. And now a deep, full body exhale out through the mouth. Dropping deeper into your being. Dropping even deeper within to this place, this safe place that only you can access. Allowing your breath to return to its natural rhythm. Breathing in air and light with each inhale, naturally releasing any energies that don't serve you to create spaciousness with each exhale. And just drawing that breath up into the heart space now. Feel your heart opening as it opens up to receive this breath, this air and light. Feeling the heart readied and in alignment. Breathing into the chest, opening up your chest. Filling up your lungs with this life force energy. Breathing it into your throat space, clearing the pathway for your divine expression. And drawing that breath even further up into the mind. Feeling the mind also readied. Releasing any density, pressure, or tension. Anything that doesn't serve the highest self now. And just begin to welcome the energy of the moon. Breathing her into your being. Feeling her purity, her divine femininity. Feeling the essence and wholeness of the truth of that what she holds. Just breathing it into your auric field. And now feeling the energy of spirit. Feeling the power and the essence of spirit and source. Maybe you're feeling or sensing yourself going high, or allowing the high frequencies to come in and meet you where you are. Breathing in spirit into your being. Inviting spirit in to this transmission, to your being. Feeling the power here of all that is, feeling the self with a capital S, centered, grounded, true, readied. Feeling the earth below, supporting, nourishing, holding. Feeling the power and the essence of the moon and her illumination and her gift to transmute. Feeling the power and the amplification of spirit and source and divine perfection and all that is. Just breathing that in and through and around your being, feeling the energies dance as they merge. And now begin to breathe your intention. What is your intention for today, for this transmission? Breathe it into your cells and allow your cells to aliven as your intention settles within. We're asking the moon to anchor this intention in her truth and her illumination so that it allows us to transmute these energies into a greater embodied truth of our being. Feel that intention spread through every part of your being, every cell alivened. Feel it move through your being, through your fascia, jumping and dancing through every bit of your being, every bone, every tendon, every meridian point. This full moon represents culmination, completion. It illuminates what is ready to be released. She is here to help us clear any density that no longer belongs to our present reality. And in this transmission today, we're not simply just releasing patterns or habits or thoughts. We are consciously choosing to move through the deeper roots beneath them, to journey through, to release, to awaken, to remember who we are. Breathe that in. This Sagittarius full moon illuminates where we have abandoned our truth, abandoned our truth in order to be accepted, to be loved, to feel safe, to feel validated or approved of. And this transmission is an invitation to release old wounds, to release identities that were never truly yours to take on, to release patterns from this incarnation, from past incarnations, or through your ancestral lineage, through conditioning, through imprinting that doesn't serve, that has kept you disconnected from your authentic self, that has kept you in self-abandonment loops. And we choose to return to deeper alignment, simple and true, to the authentic nature of who we are and who we have always been. Breathe that in and through and around and over your being. Feel these themes of the Sagittarius moon arise something within you. But don't attach, don't linger. Maybe there's emotions, maybe there's memories, maybe you're feeling or sensing things rise within your being. We welcome and allow all here to arise without judgment, without further attachment or imprinting, with gentle allowance. Through these themes of Sagittarius, of truth, of expansion, of wisdom, of authenticity, of freedom and alignment, maybe there's patterns or imprints moving and awakening within your being that have been accumulated or compounded that don't align with those themes. Maybe there's experiences you've had as early as through this incarnation and in the womb. Maybe there's conditioning, environmental or systemic or patriarchal. Maybe there's relationships that you've experienced that don't align, that maybe have taken from as opposed to contributed to your authenticity. Maybe there's emotional wounds rising, holding deep emotional trauma. And maybe it's not trauma, maybe it's just imprinting. Maybe it's held confusion or uncertainty. Perhaps there's systemic imprints around your familial lineage, around how to behave, on how to be good, or there's collective programming. Maybe you've even decided unconsciously to pick some things up since COVID, right? Or in the recent years around these wars. Just allowing and trusting that what is arising is ready to be released. Most of us have spent many years living accordance to expectations of others, projections of others, conditioning, fears, survival strategies. right? Our hearts and our minds have developed different ways to be safe, to feel safety, to continue to move through a world filled with hardship and difficulty and nuance. And over time, we've lost connection to our truth. And this Sagittarius full moon shines a light and illuminates now what is no longer aligned, what has become limiting, where and how we have maybe betrayed ourselves, dishonored our beings, and what wants to be liberated, what wants to be free. So trust and allow, choose to be free and allow your consciousness to arise anything now without attachment, without judgment, without lingering or making wrong. Sonakalarai shwasanatarakari, afulohai kasunai, kushwasana suatanakari, kulahei suai katananani shwa alari tufua, huluhoi kushwasanatarakari, shwasanatarahi swasa. Maybe there are ways or patterns that are being brought up where you have chosen others over yourself, where you have ignored your intuition, your gut knowing, where you have sought validation, where you have been met with less than, where you have disconnected from your own needs to overgive, to, to perform, to people please, where you have diminished your light, your essence. Maybe there's something coming up for you around where you have first learned it was safer to be in this world by leaving yourself, by trusting others over yourself. Maybe there are things coming up where you are seeing where parts of you have abandoned these parts of your being. Maybe listen to the mind, but ignored the heart. Maybe turned away from your body because it held too much to face. Where you have silenced truth within. Maybe there are parts of you that said yes when your truth was no. Maybe you've been hiding your gifts, hiding your essence, your light, your truth, your voice. Or maybe you've been compromising and negotiating how much you give, how much you shine, how much you be in this world. What truths are ready to emerge? Allow yourself to rise any of the emotions, opening the heart and the throat and the mind, however they want to express themselves. allowing it all to rise. Allowing it all to rise so we can clear, so we can release now. So we choose with intention to release. Release all these self-abandonment patterns. Release all these fears, fears of rejection, fears of visibility, fears of being taken from, of not being safe, fears of maybe dying, fears of being fully expressed. Husuna halaka shwasa, shwahatana karani, lahi shwana laka shwasarati, finhulu ay kasanani, lahi koa anananai swa, shwa ururahani, kuruanahi tuarai tualai swasa, swahariha karunananai dwai, lihi wai kotofurwa, alai ko shwanananai swa, lakotsuno koronai tsurunu futskri, Lihi shwana karani swai katanani. Lai kutuno wai kuturorai swa swa sa. Foroai kutua. Foroa fua sararei. Fear of being received. Fear of being too much. Fear of being too big. Fear of being too anything. Fear of being extra. All the things. Fear of being different. Fear of being other. Lai ko anai ko shwai suruai sarai. Liu shwa sanatara karuruai shwa sanatara kiti. Funohoi swarari shwa nai kuturuai sa. Furoi katinani swa sarai turai kasha. Lai tuona swa katanani. Firi sarati. Shwa sanata karani. Kunoai swa sha. Kunai tuanai. Clearing, releasing, and transmuting people-pleasing tendencies, patterns, or imprints. Clearing, releasing, and transmuting perfectionism, needing to do everything right, needing for it to look a certain way to be accepted, needing everything to be perfect and aligned and structured and formatted, needing to look perfect, needing to sound perfect, needing to be seen and perceived as perfect. Goshwasana klakaranai koswata lahai nihili waisha kasanahai kuturoroa sanata fruai shwasa, and also releasing the exhaustion around that perfectionism, the performance around that perfectionism. Hushalai kusonoturuai kushwasa anai kuturuai ti lihi sonoai kesana ala helrorari frunasa shwaha sanata karani swana sana tarani kuturuai ta lai swasana tidwa. Releasing below those perfectionism wounds, the worthiness, the unworthiness, the belief of how worthy we are. Koroala sasanitua konoaitana alahiwa sainu foroaikal awanata Givniko aikishoswahati Kenihulai tufasa Ororoai Kanilai swasha. Releasing the sadness below all of that. The sadness that how you be and how you've been, how you've been perceived, how you've been seen, how you've been held, that it was not enough by others. allowing that sadness to rise. Allowing that deep grief that how you came into this world just wasn't enough for those around you. And how you've learned early on to be small, to say small, to shrink, to hide, to perform. Kosonoluika sanaharariri, furuai koana, shwasanati tuanatai. Feel the confusion rising and releasing around that grief, around never really understanding why you had to be small, to stay small, to abandon yourself, but feeling the need to anyways. Koshwanahalai korone swasa, for the safety of other people, for other people's projections, for their own fears, for the conditioning, for the beliefs, for the bullshit. Kusuno trukoranai tuai. Fruni halai koshwasa, foshwasanatanani, foswanatanani, halai kosunatu. And maybe because of this, there was abuse that happened, emotional, physical, mental, sexual. Maybe it arose because of the need to perform, to be, to allow others to give them power over the self. And maybe there's grief around that abuse or anger around that abuse. We allow it to rise, and maybe it's not even yours, but maybe it's ancestral. And we bring that into consciousness too and invite the ancestors in to clear it for self, for your ancestors, and for future progeny. Kulohai kosono korari shwasarari, furfuai kosono turu aisha, alahai sanani, kuroa sanatanani, uroa anahu shwasarari, urorana, ananana sa, alahai kazananai dua. Furuai kushwa sanatanani, furuai swa sanati, shwanari dora sarati. We release and transmute the energies of our own purity, our own truth, and our own essence being tainted, jaded, clouded, darkened, dampened, violated, persecuted in any way. Across this or other lifetimes, across ancestral imprinting, patterning, genetic lines, across dimensions and timelines, universes, realities. Nanitua, Shwasanati, Sorororuai Kalaiko Shasa, Honalahi Swatanani, Foroai Kasanatanani, Shwasua Sanata, Shwasua Sanatanana Takari. Inuaita, alai sososwai tu, furuhi tunukuwai, ansho sanati. Allowing the grief to rise, the sadness to rise, to be fully released, allowing the heart to open, feeling the safety of now, supported by the earth, the moon, and spirit, and source, and your higher self, to release all now, all imprinting, all patterning, all habits, all beliefs around the need to abandon the self for safety for others. Fulahalai Hoshwasutuai Kinihili Shuasuturo Kitaifa Hakatonad Harai Surorare Shu Atakananaikate Lehi Sunonai Vurritasrari Hararai Shusanakara Halai Shwasa Hororedi, breathing up and down your spine from the top, bottom base of your skull, the top of your neck, down your spine, breathing through, releasing ties to old imprinting from past lives, all the way down your spine, through your back, out your roots now. Hulai kotoronai shwasaradi troati, furuai sanati. Releasing survival identities around this self-abandonment, around dishonoring self for the sake of others, for the sake of safety. Huiketenenalai kushwa, haranahalai kisenedi, huruai kushwa sanati. Kunati, Furuai na, releasing and clearing old timelines from this incarnation or any other. Huloi koturo lalari shwasa, halari yusuno turoai kata, halai lawai kasanani, Furuai furufurina lai shwasa, Hoshua sana tai kutu, Hotunurui sa anai kutu, Fui kua sha ani. Fi kuruai kasha ani sotai. Laili yusua. Synergy, breathing into the womb now. Breathing into the womb and release any final cords. Release any remnants connected to the mother wound that keeps you from abandoning self for her, for the mothers before, for your ancestors before, for mothers in other incarnations, wombs and cords in those incarnations. Korlalari sosorononoai katrananadi shosaradi ferenili sorokoronanai turoi alarananai shosananda kotononani turoi fitsa froi kasanatarani shosa lai kotoronanai shosara. For even you as a mother to your progeny, to your children, in this or any other incarnations past, in this or any other timelines. Furuai, furu, furu, furuai, saratarai, furuai, shasanatarari, furuai, cutting, releasing, and clearing, transmuting those cords now. All of those wounds now. Wasanati, with a belief and trust that it allows you to align to self, to your higher being, to your authentic nature. So allowing yourself to forgive and allow any forgiveness needed to arise, to cut these cords, to release these imprints and these wounds now. Kosoa to no korani, kushisura tua sai tua, liu fua tanani katai, sai shua analai tuati, liko sono atakarani, kushisura tuai kasaranai tu. Okay, with this, we are also clearing and completing old agreements, old contracts, old vows. If they no longer serve your highest self, choose now to complete, to negate, to finalize these contracts, these vows, these agreements. Doing so now with love and finality. If they no longer serve your higher self, if they no longer serve these relationships, if they no longer serve your purpose, your truth, your essence, your authentic divinity, then choose to clear, clean, and complete them now. خص على شو أتنا على قص شو سا على أي كجول كسر قرو أي كشو هتنا على أي كسر أقول كسر أترو أقشع على كسر على كرا أي كسر على أي كوا تناناي. Allow them to rise and complete from all these past lives, these past incarnations, these past versions of you, these other dimensions and realities, other planets that you've lived or you've served. Choose to complete them now. Everybody just take a deep breath. Exhale out into the earth. Breathing spaciousness and ease into the body, into your being. Breathe ease and spaciousness and light into the mind. Feel the moon's luminescence, providing gentleness and softness. Hili ni tukwai, halai sonsono, ganan tananai chua, furuai tana. Feel the embrace of your ancestors, the love and the honor, the gratitude they have for you for clearing yourself and for clearing them. Feel others that have been freed from these contracts and these agreements. Feel the liberation. Feel the freedom and the truth arising in this deep liberation. Feel these karmic vows and agreements coming to neutrality. And we also, Spirit, choose to clear any imprints around karma and the belief that it punishes, the belief that we are being punished, that we are bad and need to be punished due to karmic beliefs. We clear those now. Cleanse, clear, release, and transmute them now through all parts of our being, across all time, dimension, reality, truth, and levels of consciousness. Release all energetic attachments to old identities. Breathing into the heart space, opening up your heart as you do so with gentleness, softness, love, and deep reverence and honor. Softly breathing into the heart, bringing in that softness, bringing in the divine feminine, breathing in the surrender and the truth. Releasing any niggling residual bits of energy around shame, shame of who you are and all you are. Releasing any debris, any niggling bits of residual energy around suppression, around oppression. Releasing any residual energy and any debris around confusion, around uncertainty. clearing that, releasing that, transmuting that. Any last little bits around self-doubt? Clearing, releasing, and transmuting all of that energy throughout all parts of your being, through your bones, through your fascia, through every tendon within, allowing it to rise and release any bits of self-doubt, any lingering residual debris around self-doubt. Rise and release it now with gratitude and love. Any other or any remaining spirit distortions around truth of self, we ask that they be cleansed, cleared, released, and transmuted now, fully, completely, wholly across all time, dimension, space, reality, and levels of consciousness. Breathing through the ears, breathing through the eyes, breathing through your wrists, your ankles, the palms of your hands, your fingers, breathing through your hip bones, your knees, breathing through the heels of your foot, the top of your feet, breathing in between the spaces of your toes and the ball of your feet, breathing in and around and through your being. And in this energy, feel waves of light descending upon the heavens from the ethers, descending upon you now. These waves of light carry light codes of remembrance. Remembrance of your inner authority, remembrance of self-trust and authentic expression. These codes carry alignment and truth and courage. They carry the original divine blueprint of your sovereignty, of your divinity, of your soul truth. Breathe these waves of light codes in and through and over and around your being now. And maybe you're seeing them, maybe you're sensing them or feeling them. Allow them to dance in and around and through. Breathe them into every cell of your being. Allow your cells to breathe them in. Allow your heart to expand as it receives. Allow the earth to celebrate you as it anchors you in this new truth. I invite you now to place one hand over your heart and one hand over your belly and ask yourself this question. How, from this place, will I now choose to honor myself? Breathe that in. Allow the answers to come in whatever form or shape they're meant to. Maybe you're seeing images. Maybe you're sensing a feeling or feeling tingles throughout your being. Maybe you're hearing words or a song. Maybe you're smelling. Allow this answer. How do I choose to honor myself from this place moving forward? And allow it to anchor and embody throughout your being with the powers that be, with source and spirit and the moon and the earth as your witness. Breathe that into every part of your being. And may you trust the wisdom within you. May you continue to release what no longer serves you. May you walk forward in deep honor and alignment with your divinity, in joy, in bliss, in happiness, in love, in light. And may you remember at every step you take, breathe that in. Allow yourself to be carried by the energy of today, in the days to come, in every step you take in your path forward. And so it is.